All right, Mr. John Goetsch, who is an associate pastor at Lancaster Baptist Church in Lancaster, California, and vice president of West Coast Baptist College, sponsored by the same church, located in the same town. Not long ago, gave a speech at, I think it's like a Wednesday night church service or maybe a chapel service or whatever. And the speech is entitled, The Biblical Perspective or A Biblical Perspective of Homosexuality. Okay. I'd like to know, what does the Bible have to say about homosexuality? He begins his little speech by talking about biology. And God created a man, God created a woman, and they're to get married, one man, one woman, and procreate and replenish the earth and have babies. And that's the purpose of marriage, and that's why God created a man, that's why God created a woman. Then he goes into the subject of embryology. Now, if you recall from those of you that took high school biology, which I think is required in most states, and if your teacher covered the subject of embryology, you know that the egg and the sperm unite, and they form a cell, which is referred to as a zygote. And he mentions that in his speech. As a matter of fact, let me let you listen to it for yourself.
Now, God purposely created two distinct genders so that in marriage they could reproduce children. That was God's design. That was God's plan. When the sperm from a male unites with the egg of a female, the conception of a two-celled zygote is formed. Now, let me dispel a myth. We've never had any one-celled organisms. There's no such thing. When the male sperm, female egg come together in conception, it forms a two-celled zygote.
Now you'll notice that he says the sperm comes together with the egg and they form a two-celled zygote. And he says, let me dispel any myth out there that a zygote is one cell. There never has been a one-celled organism. A zygote is two cells, he says, which of course is ignorance. A zygote is a single cell. If you have a recollection from embryology, which would be one chapter in your biology book, this male sperm, which is referred to as the spermatocyte, the female germ cell, the sex cell, which we call the egg, is referred to as the oocyte. Each one of those cells has 23 chromosomes, and they unite in a cell which is referred to as a zygote, which now has 46 chromosomes. There are two kinds of cells in your body. You have somatic cells, which are your body cells, bone cells, muscle cells, whatever. And you have germ cells, which are your sex cells. Your somatic cells have 46 chromosomes, and your germ cells have 23. And so you have 46 chromosomes in your somatic cells. You receive 23 from your father, you receive 23 from your mother. You began life as a zygote, a single-celled zygote. That's what it is, not two cells. And, so that's where he's wrong on that. He's adamant about it, but he's completely ignorant. Then he makes the most astounding statement. He says there never has been a single-celled organism. Well, let me introduce you, Mr. John Goetsch, to a few single-celled organisms that every high school kid in biology class that took a drop of pond water from home or wherever they got it and looked at under a microscope. There's the amoeba. It's a single-celled organism. There's the paramecium. It's a single-celled organism. There's the vorticello. It's a single-celled organism. And I don't know, it seems to me like surely there's nurses or doctors or people in that congregation that would have set him straight, but he made those videos 4 years ago, and they're still on the website, and I've actually sent him an email and gave him an opportunity to take them down and save himself some embarrassment, but apparently he feels like he's right and the world is wrong. These preachers, I try to act like they're experts in something of which they are completely and totally and utterly ignorant. It's embarrassing. But anyway, they do. Thank you for watching.